Okay, so I've been testing my battery pack, which is a 4 series, 3 parallel, 12 individual 18 650 cells. Those have been running for 3 hours. They went from 16 volts to 15 volts. It dropped a little bit over a volt in 3 hours, but I just have simple 1 amp load through this resistors for a while, but now after the battery's down to just under 15 volts, I've added an inverter with a regular Ace Hardware LED spotlight, which consumes 3.5 amps, and it also operates approximately 34 watts, and it gives you some really bright light. So I'm going to attempt to turn that on and look at the current and the voltage when I turn that on. I've added just a cheap little inverter here, which has brought the current up from about 0.95 amps up to a little bit over 1 amp, and the voltage has dropped ever so slightly from 15.1 volts. So here's the dummy load here. This is about 16 ohms with however many watts. It's got kind of warm. I used kind of a copper heat sink I've got for it. Didn't have any aluminum heavy on hand, so I used copper, and it warmed up pretty good over that time. So this battery's been going pretty good. So let's see if it allows the light to come on. The inverter actually came on and drew just a little bit more current, but that's just ambient. So I'm going to attempt to turn this switch on and see if we can light this thing up, see how long the battery will perform with this light on. There it is, the light came on, and let's see what the result is. We've got 14.43, and we are now drawing 3.46 amps instead of 1.0 where we started with this resistor load. So again, these cells were not fully charged, but they were charged up to about 16.3 volts. And I'm going to watch this for a while. I've still got my data logger sitting on here, looking at the voltage across these resistors, which is the same obviously as this, but it keeps a real good record for me. So we just leave this on for a while and see if it doesn't heat up or anything too bad. We'll see if we can get a little bit more discharge out of my battery, and hopefully we won't start any fires or anything. It's getting kind of late, but I'm very curious to see how well my battery pack is working. So we'll keep you posted on the results of this very interesting cheap test from homewatts.com. So this is Larry just kind of fooling around with this stuff, hoping I don't blow myself up. We'll let you know.